Hello, gorgeous. I am Heather Finn, and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, which I'm assuming you probably are because this is a new channel, then I'd like to introduce what the channel is all about, and then we're gonna get right into goal setting. So this channel is a channel for multi-passionate, soul-led, spiritual women in business who are going on this crazy personal development journey while building the business of their wildest dreams that is centered around purpose and mission and all of that. So if you are into manifesting, money mindset, living out your purpose and getting paid for it, then you are in the right place. This video today is all about how to set unshakable goals. So goals that literally are unfuckwithable because they're so rooted in vision, so rooted in purpose, and they have a system and a plan around them so that you can actually bring the things that you desire, your dreams, into reality. If that sounds like a vibe, then hello, gorgeous, and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are ready to uplevel your life and your business for 2025, I'm going to show you my tips on how I set really achievable and unshakable goals so that the things that I want to do actually happen. All of the dreams that I want to keep dreaming and that I want to manifest and that I want to bring into reality actually happens. I'm going to be totally honest here. There's definitely been times where my goals have gone like way off the deep end and have not been accomplished. And there's been times when I've set goals and I haven't achieved them, at least not in the time frame that I wanted to. But I've also really this year been focusing on how do I make the things that I really want to happen? How do I give them a solid plan, like a foundation, and then make them happen by following a system? I am not naturally an organized girl. I am very I don't know if you're familiar with Ayurveda, but I'm very Vata. I'm all over the place, airy, spacey. I'm very creative. But with that comes a lot of things that I add into my plans, a lot of things that end up not really working out because I kind of had an oversight of what it would really take, or my time management skills haven't been great. With that, this year I've been making it a huge goal to really come home to the fact that I can be a good goal setter. I can put things on the to-do list that actually get done. And I'm not perfect. I still frick up and make a mess of things. But for the most part, the things that I've set out to do for 2024, I've done. Start a YouTube channel. Here I am. You're watching it. That was one of my big ones. Start a podcast. That was another huge one for me. I really wanted to start a podcast for soul-led women that gives them mindset tips, manifesting tips, and business tips. So it's kind of like this personal development podcast for soul-led, multi-passionate, and spiritual entrepreneurs. And I love it. I'm just getting started with it. I'm so proud of myself. I'm proud that I did that. And then I set up a membership. Me and my mom co-host this really awesome template membership. So if you want templates, www.wellnesscreatorsclub.com. I created my own website this year and really niched it in on this new evolution and transformation of my business. And it happened. It wasn't just build website. I broke down the steps it would take to build this website, and it's here. And it's happened. And I built a course and planned it out and mapped out all of the modules. And now here we are. Now I have a course because I was able to set achievable and unshakable goals. I have days where I don't feel good. I'm overcoming a lot of chronic health problems and I'm kind of on the better side, but still not 100%. So there's days where the to-do list does not get done. And instead of falling short, because I have systems, because I have a vision, and because I have milestones for all of my goals, I still end up getting the things I want to get done. Yeah. So this is what I want for you. I don't mean to go on and on about me and the things that I've achieved. I just want to show you that even if you're not a super like goal oriented or action oriented or organized, I guess organized is probably the better word. But even if you're not a super organized woman or a super organized entrepreneur, you could still follow this method and you'll be a-okay. So with that, let's break it all down. Okay, so I just brewed another cup of tea because I am a multiple cup of tea kind of girl. Also, like, this guy has taken over my space. Before we get into the major breakdown of the goals, it's like, how do you even choose what goal to choose? How do you choose what goal to choose? You know what I mean. How do you even decide on your big, beautiful goals that are authentic and aligned with who you are and where you want to go? You set a vision. You set a vision for your life or a vision for the year, if you haven't guessed. Visualizing, setting visions, holding visions is a really important thing to me. And all that really means is to be able to see a clear picture with a clear end goal and a clear journey on how to get there. Oh, good, my spot's back. You'll probably hear him walking away with his little toes. But what I do is I create a vision board that represents the things I want to manifest, the things I want to achieve, and just the overall vibes for the year. I do this every single year for as long as I can remember. And in another video, I'll probably make several videos, but I'll probably make a whole video just on creating vision boards and how to create vision boards that actually manifest, how to create vision boards for your business. So we'll get into that in another video, but I would recommend doing some type of vision board. See the vibes for the whole year so that you know what goals to chase after. Because what if you're setting all of these business goals to like speak on stages and like be at conferences and you don't even want to do that? Like traveling isn't even part of your dream. Your dream life is to like make French bread and your cute homestead and take care of animals. Well, if you're taking care of animals, it's going to be hard to travel, right? So you have to see, even for your business, you have to see how the personal life connects into it. You have to see the whole vision and then you choose the goals based on that. Like what goals are going to support what's on my vision board? Or even if you have a manifesting journal, like I have one here. So that's the back side. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but it says manifest. So this is just a binder that I created that I absolutely love. So the first page, this is for 2023. I just write out like all of the things that I want to accomplish, my goals, different vibes, like what is my dream life? What does my dream life look like? What do I want to release? And I write it all down. I have 2024s. So see, I just think that's such a fun way to do this. And I just did this on tea stained paper. So if you want a tutorial on how to make this, let me know and I will hook you up. Yeah, but I just think that it's so powerful to be able to look at this and say, you know, what does my dream life look like? What are my goals based on that? Like, I know for this year, I really wanted to romanticize life more. I came out of a deep season of depression and anxiety and health problems. And this year, I really wanted to go for it. I really wanted to live a dream life. I wanted to romanticize my life. I wanted to show up as a better, more powerful, more centered version of myself. So let's get into setting our unshakable goals. I'm gonna give you kind of a brief overview of how we do this. And then later in the video, I'm gonna like walk you through like step by step by step, and you can work along with me so that you can have this formula. So what I would start with is defining what an unshakable goal is. For me, an unshakable goal is a goal that I set that literally cannot be fucked with. Like once I set this goal, like no life circumstance, no outside unforeseen force, like nothing is going to take that goal away from me and make it not happen, right? So it's planned. It has a foundation because there's a system behind it that helps me achieve it. And then plus, I tap into this mindset of already becoming the woman who has accomplished that goal. Like as I set a goal, I try to in my mind, like envision myself having already done it or like envision myself doing it so that as I move forward, then I can start like playing around with this idea of like, oh, this is what it feels like. Like I have this really cute trailer in the mountains, and before I had this, I would dream like, what would it look like to like wake up in the morning and see trees outside? What would it sound like to hear the birds in the forest before I even really knew what that was like for myself? So I want you to do that for your goals, where to really have this unshakable goal, you can feel it, you can hear it, you can taste it. Like you see the end result. This is like a vision. So every goal, or behind every goal, there's a vision. There is a vision of what it's going to look like once you achieve that goal. How are you going to feel? What type of person are you going to be on the other side of achieving that goal? When we can make it real and give it this like end product, then it's so much easier for our nervous system and our mind to get on board, right? Because our brain can't tell the difference between what's real or what's imaginary. So as far as it's concerned, if we visualize it like it's already happening, then our brain just assumes it's real. And then when our brain assumes it's real, then our behavior and our actions get on board. So we can take inspired action. We can take aligned action because in our head, we already know that the success is inevitable. So it's so much easier to take steps towards something when you know it's going to work out. Like if somebody promised you right now, hey, you're going to have $1 million at the end of this year if you do this step, this step, this step, this step, and this step, right? If you do this 100%, you are guaranteed $1 million. Would you do it? I know I would, right? Because when it's guaranteed and you know it's going to be successful, it's easier to take the action. It's the unknown and the uncertainty that keeps us in procrastination. I'm having a little intermission and boiling some tea before we fully dive in. And look at this guy. I mean, come on. Okay, so once you have the mindset and the vision for your goal on track, first get those two. Those two are foundational. The vision, what is it going to look like, the end product, and then the mindset of already having or already on your way to achieving that goal. Absolutely imperative before moving forward. But once you have those things, then what we're going to do is we're going to take that goal, whatever your goal is, like let's say it's starting a YouTube channel. We're going to take that goal and break it down into really specific milestones, like the biggest milestones that are needed for you to start that YouTube channel. So that might be brand your YouTube channel, right? So branding your YouTube channel is a big milestone. So you're going to have that, right? Branding your YouTube channel. Another big milestone will be come up with the concept. What are you going to talk about? What type of videos are you going to talk about? Another big milestone will be figuring out, how am I going to make money with YouTube? What is the plan for making money with YouTube? Maybe even another milestone would be figuring out who my target audience is. Figuring out who my target audience is and doing research on them. And those are your big milestones. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take each of those milestones and you're going to take those and break those down into smaller steps. So you have the goal, right? Your big goal. And then you have your milestones. And the milestones are like the must achieves. Like, I cannot start this YouTube channel until I do the branding and the dream client work, right? Or whatever your milestones are, because it's going to look different to you and based on what you're doing. But it goes goal, milestones. These milestones are like pillars that support your goal. It is what makes your goal happen. Then we're going to take each of those milestones and break it down into really actionable steps, like so actionable that they can actually go on a to-do list, right? So this is something you could check off in one sitting or in one day, right? Because the goal is on our calendar or our appointment book or your planner. Appointment book, I used to be a hairdresser. On your planner, you can have your to-do list and actually check it off. Start a YouTube channel is not a very easy thing to check off in one sitting or in one day. Okay, I also thought it would be really helpful to go over some of the common mistakes that happen when we're doing our goal setting. I know I personally learn a lot from the don't do this category. So here are the mistakes and try to avoid these. So number one, setting too big of a goal without believing it first. So we really only can get behind something when we believe in it. We could really only take full force action if we believe it's gonna happen. Like, I'm sure you had times in your life where you're taking a test and it's not going well. So you convince yourself, well, since it's not going well anyway, I'm just gonna flunk it, or I'm just gonna speed through it. What's the point? Right? We need, if we want to accomplish a goal, we need to believe that it is gonna happen and it is gonna work out. So climb the ladder of believability. So let's use making $1 million for an example. If you know you want to make $1 million or manifest $1 million business, and you cannot right now and mentally and emotionally get behind making $1 million, you don't believe you could do it, then set the bar a little lower and climb up. So it's not about limiting yourself. I don't believe in limiting us. We can dream as big as we can believe. And that's my formula for how big to set your goals, is we can dream as big as we believe. So if you believe you can make $1 million, great, put that on the list. If you don't, then climb the ladder of believability. So what the ladder of believability is it's okay, say $1 million is up here. Well, if you can't believe you can make $1 million, maybe you can believe that you can make 2,000 or even 500. Well, if I can make 500 and take a $500 client, why couldn't I do 2,000? Okay, if I could do 2,000, then what if I could do 4,000? And if I could do 4,000, what if I could do 8,000? If I could do 8,000, why not 10, 20, 30, 40, 50? Oh, if I could do that, why not someday 1 million? You see what I mean? So it's just setting a goal you can believe and keep scaling that belief or scaling that goal with your belief, okay? So tip number 2 is don't set goals that are not in alignment with you or with your dream life. So we oftentimes with Instagram and everything see people living these beautiful, successful lives, and we think to ourselves, wow, I want that. I want to speak on a TED Talk. I want to go to all of these crazy conferences. But what if that's not really in alignment with what your dream life looks like? Maybe your dream life is to be home in a cute little cottage, baking some bread that you proved yourself while listening to music with your candles lit, right? Maybe you hate traveling. So having a job where you travel, or your goal to be this forced travel, isn't in alignment with you, unless that's something you want to improve on and work on. But only set goals that benefit you and that contribute to your dream life. Number 3, setting goals without any vision or plan on how to achieve them. So I see this a lot when women set a goal. It's like, start a business. And that's literally it. That's the goal. There's no framework, there's no plan, there's no broken down steps. It's just start a business. Well, how easy is it going to be to someday just sit down and be like, you know, check, I started my business. Usually it's a lot of things that add up to that moment. So you have to have a plan. Number 4, setting a goal you expect yourself to achieve by a certain time that encompasses way too much. So this is kind of building off of that last one, but this would be like setting a goal like, oh, today I want to start a YouTube channel. But you don't give yourself like the breakdown of steps where it's like, oh, now I have to come up with the branding, I have to come up with my messaging, I have to come up with like what type of videos, I have to do all of it. I have to buy the camera, buy the mic, all of it all in one sitting, which it's not that it's impossible, it's just not as achievable as if we broke it down into many achievable steps. So I hope that helps and that makes sense. Don't make those mistakes and set beautiful goals. And with that, we're coming to a wrap. So recap, so you remember everything. You set your vision for the year. Once you've set the vision for the year, then you create the goals that support that vision. Then you create the milestones that make the goals happen. Then you create steps based on those milestones to make it really actionable and achievable so you can just check it off your list. So if you want more help doing this whole planning and setting a vision for your life, for your business, for the year ahead, then I really highly recommend you check out my vision board workshop linked down below. I am running a Black Friday deal right now. It's November when this is going out. So if you're already in 2025, then contact me and we'll see if we can work something out. Do you want a vision board workshop that's going to lead you through this whole goal planning thing? I even have a goal planning planner in there that's digital on Canva where you can literally type in your goals, type in your milestones, and record all of your steps right in the planner. video training after video training on how to manifest, how to create a vision board with intention that brings your desires into reality. So if you want to take your vision board, your goal planning, and you're setting your vision for your life and your business like way more serious for only $22, then check the link in the description. With that, I love you so dearly. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you have the best last end of this year, or if you're already in 2025, then I hope you have the best 2025. See ya.